Great humility and appreciation, and with a great sense that they belong to my ancestors, especially the women in my family. Thank you.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's get down to the get down. First of all, gracious Lord, thank you for another day. We ask that you bless this show. We ask that you bless our guests. We ask that you bless this world because it's a crazy world right now. In your mighty name, amen. Marvin McDowell, how you living?
Hey, man, I'm living in living color.
In living color, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Did you watch the fight?
Yeah. And it went the way it was supposed to go.
There's been so much rhetoric and so much talk about it. I'm happy for Mike, but let me get your perspective.
The perspective is that it was a pre-planned situation. Nobody got hurt. And everybody went away with the money bag, man. And that's the way it was supposed to be. Mike Tyson came in with the brace on his leg, on his knee, like he was hurt, so that it would see that he couldn't really do what he needed to do. Even though he was 58 years old, he still had enough experience, to stop that guy. And one time he was in a position to do it, and he didn't do it because he realized that he wouldn't get paid if anything changed. It was a pre-scripted situation, and everybody made out. He got 20 million. Jake Paul got 40 million. The undercard got paid real good, and he did. The promoter did better than a lot of these top promoters out there right now. They filled that stadium, man, and it held 80,000, and every seat was filled. So it was a money grab, and I'm glad Tyson got grabbed that money, man.
So you're saying it wasn't a real fight?
Well, who got hurt?
So you're saying, people have said this online, and that's why we had to call you, because you are a boxing expert.
Yeah. It was so many stipulations in that in the contract, that anything that he did outside of what was planned, there would be a deduction of his cash. So everything.
Mike Tyson was in a position he couldn't hit this guy.
He could hit him, but not too hard.
Have you ever been in a fight where you were told you couldn't hit somebody hard?
I wouldn't even took the fight, man. I wouldn't even took the fight. I don't operate like that,
Wow. I was reading some of the comments the next day, and that was one of the things that was said, that it was scripted, that Jake Paul whispered in his ear when Mike patted him on the shoulder, like, don't do
man. Yeah,
Don't forget the contract.
but see, the thing of it is, it just shows, like entertainment, man, and that's what it is. And one of the biggest names in boxing, you know, somebody that's way, way over his way of doing things, you know, that's what happened, man. I'm saying, he got a name off of beating an old man or winning over an old man. Old man got paid, didn't get hurt, so hey, everybody's happy. But the undercard was a good undercard, but that's what kept you there watching and waiting for the main event. It was a good undercard, man. You know, so they
Nobody's
kept it
talking about the undercard though.
right, right, right. But see, all this is after the fact. Everybody got paid. So hey, and that's the business of boxing right now. Everybody want to get paid, man. You know, and then two is that there has not been as many black promoters, black champions. It's a situation that everybody can get paid now, and everybody want to get paid. Everybody want to be undefeated. Don't nobody want to lose at all. You know, everybody want to stay undefeated. You know, and that's just the way it is. Nobody want to take chances. Everybody want to have that perfect record like Floyd Mayweather. He started something, man, for these people, man. You know,
You wanted to get in the ring not long ago. They wouldn't let you get in.
not me. When I stopped
No,
boxing,
no,
man,
not you. I know who it was. It was Calvin. Calvin wanted to get in
yeah,
the ring.
yeah. It wasn't me, man. My career ended in 1989, and I have only gloves that I put on is to keep my hands warm. That's the only thing. I ain't gonna have nobody beating and banging on me, man. It ain't gonna happen.
It's a tough sport.
Yeah, and it's a sport that you have to love, man. If you don't love it, you gotta leave it alone, man, because it takes so much out of you, especially in the position that I am now as a trainer, man. You have so many disappointments. It, like I said, it's a sport that you have to love. If you don't love it, you need to get out of it.
Well, I couldn't wait for the fight to come. I didn't watch it live. Ended up watching it on YouTube. But
Hmm.
before I could get to it, I got phone calls about
Hmm.
it. Did you see the fight? Did you see the fight? And the fact that Mike lost, I ain't gonna lie, it was like a punch in the chest. At the same time, he still tried. He still got out there, and
But he didn't lose. He didn't lose, man.
they said that. So you, I think you got me by a few. You like 63.
64. I turned 64 November the 14th. Had a real nice party too, man.
So you're 64. I'm 59. He's somewhere around there, 59, 60.
Yeah.
His training looked good.
Yeah.
But when he got
Well,
in that ring after the first round, God, the way he crawled back to the ring or walked real
mhm,
slow,
mhm.
that was ah.
But you notice when he was training, wasn't nobody hitting on him. Right? Nobody when he was training, wasn't nobody hitting on him. Right? He was doing all the swinging and punching and jumping and stuff like that. But wasn't nothing coming back at him.
Yeah, kind of like Bruce Lee said, boards don't hit back.
Right, right, right. But I'm happy for him, because he's $20 million richer. He's not in the hospital. He's not all beaten, banged up. You know, and then he can wait for the next thing to happen, man. You know.
I mean, the word that's been out there is that he was broke.
No, he's a millionaire, but he's not a multi-millionaire. You know, he has maybe maybe about 10 million. You know, and that's good. You know, I can do very well with 10 million, man.
Well, one thing that can be said is that his life didn't stop after boxing. He went on to explore other possibilities.
Yeah,
You know, he has a podcast.
yeah,
He's been involved in other media.
yeah.
And how many boxers can say that?
Right, right. And he also have a weed farm, man,
Yeah.
in Arizona, something like that. Yeah, he got a weed farm, man. You know, so he jumped right in. You know, when they legalized marijuana and everything, he jumped right in on that, man. You know, so he's doing pretty good for himself. But this was a bonus, 20 million dollar bonus. You know, to help him out, so he can stay on top for for a longer time.
I think it's only fair and being fair to myself. I like the way Jake Paul ended the fight.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
me, he showed respect, and that goes a long way in my book.
Yeah, but see, the thing of it is, right, is that you have to respect a living legend, you know?
No, you don't, because this corner man didn't respect it. This corner man was talking smack about Mike, called him an MF, and I know
Yeah.
energy is high in the corner, especially during the fight. You got 75, 80,000 people in, but
Yeah.
he also knew that camera was on him. And I want to talk to you about that. When
Mm-hmm.
you in that corner on televised boxing,
Mm-hmm.
you know that people are listening to you.
Yeah. But at times when you're so into what you're doing, you don't think about no damn cameras and stuff like that. If you're real as far as what you're doing, you don't think about no cameras, man. You want this guy that you have in your corner, that you're representing, you want him to win. You know, and then you might think
You
about
just said it
things
was
after.
already scripted. You just said it was already scripted.
No, but I'm saying it was scripted, but they still wanted him to hurt Tyson. You know, even though all that was like that, you know, they still wanted him hurt. You know, because they worked with this guy and they was pumped up and everything, and they really wanted him to hurt Tyson, man, because they wanted to show everybody that Tyson is not the person that we think that he is. So they came in to hurt him.
That he's not the boxer that we think he is.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, right now, right now, at the age that he is now, they wanted to let you see that, man, this man is only a shadow of what he used to be. And he was really. But, he took the bank. He took the bank home, man. He got the money back, man. And he shouldn't feel bad about it, because his history is real. You cannot take that away from him. You know what
It
I'm
didn't look
saying?
like he was trying to take Jake Paul's head off in that first round. That was his most
But that's what I'm
greatest
saying.
opportunity.
He if he would have followed if he would have followed up on what he was supposed to do and go off script, he wouldn't have got paid. They had big
Okay,
gloves on.
I guess we need a contract expert, or we need to have the contract in front of us. So what was in the contract? I haven't seen it. Have you?
Well, they put some of it out. The gloves were big. I think they had like 14-ounce gloves on.
When normally the gloves are what, 12 ounces?
No, 10-8.
10-8.
So
And then it was 2 rounds, 2-minute rounds.
yeah, 2-minute rounds, and it was eight rounds. You know, so everything was for the benefit of Paul. Hmm. So it was, you were really looking at an illusion when it came to Mike. We was thinking what he should do. We stepped back into the past, and we wanted to bring the past forward, and it just didn't work like that. You know, and for real, I'm glad that he grabbed the money bag, man. You know, he needed it, and you know he deserved it, and I'm glad that that guy chose him. You know, to let him make some money, man. But he showed a lot of these promoters that's out here now. You know, what's that? Mayweather Promotions, Golden Boy. He showed all of them how to do it. They looking at him like crazy now, man. This was this guy's first big fight like that, and I'm saying, man, he made some money, man.
So what did he do that they don't do?
Well, you know, he's a YouTuber, you know, and he has a following on YouTube, and his brother has a following on YouTube.
So he was
You know,
able to
so
leverage social media following to boost
yeah,
tickets.
that's right, that's right, that's right. So what I'm saying is that
And he had
he
on $1
got,
million shorts. His shorts, they say, cost $1 million. The boxing shorts. I've never heard of that in my life.
yeah, yeah. I'm saying he has the blueprint for a lot of these promoters out here, man. And I think a lot of them going to try to jump on board with him, you know, so they can, you know, make the money. I'm saying he done some outstanding stuff, man, you know. And hey,
He said, as a matter of fact, they said during the show that is the self-proclaimed face, the new self-proclaimed face of boxing.
hey, you saw it. I'm saying you saw it, man. And
And
and,
it's
and, and he you know, he's gonna go a long way, man. And see, the girl that was on the card, right? Serrano, he's her promoter. You know, he's her promoter, and she can fight her butt off, man. You know, even though she they robbed her in the title, they robbed her. But I'm saying this man is going to be the new face of boxing.
you
You
know,
know,
I remember when the Klitschko brothers came online.
hmm yeah, yeah. But see, so
I
now,
had I had never really seen white boxers dominate the sport in my lifetime like that.
yeah. But see who was in their corner? They had a black guy in the corner, Emmanuel Stewart, a master trainer. So they had to adapt to the American style, you know. And hey, all of them are legendary, you know. And see,
They went undefeated, didn't they?
no, they wasn't undefeated. You know, they got knocked off. Both of them got knocked off a couple of times. But they when they first came out, man, they was rolling, you know. But it ain't too many of them that's undefeated. You know, like you got what's his name? Ain't too Floyd Mayweather undefeated. Uh, what's his name? The other Olympian. What's his name? There's not too many of them out there, man, that are retired with with an O, and it seemed like that's what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted to be undefeated, you know. But I have a young man that's 9-0. You know, we fought last weekend at Maryland Live, and he's 9-0. He won the 6th round unanimous decision, so he's 9-0 with 6 knockouts. His name is Ahmad Muhammad Jones. We call him Mojo.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an up and coming. He's the next one up, man. Done. So you listen for that name.
That's your fighter. You're supposed to say good things
No,
about your
hey,
fight.
look, man. If you would see him, you would see what I'm talking about. You know, I'm saying this ain't no joke. You gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying. And Mojo is going to be the name in Baltimore for boxing, and just the way it is. And you'll have me back. You'll have me back on. Huh? What say, Don?
I think Jason Rodriguez has some. Jason, there's the link there. Why don't you come on and say it yourself? Jason got a lot to say about this.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be in a second, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, Baltimore is the spot for boxing, man. You know, especially Baltimore having the first African American world boxing champ was from here, Joe Gans, man. And don't too many people know about it here in Baltimore. Everybody else know about him everywhere else, but except for the people here in Baltimore. Joe Gans was the man.
That's not uncommon. I know people in D.C. who've never been to the White House.
Yeah. Or never been to Baltimore.
Come on, Jason. You got some comments.
First of all, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, Jason?
All right, good morning. First of all due respect. Yeah, all due respect to Brother Umar, and again, for the work that he does for the community and for our children. Just thank you so much, sir, for your work that you do.
Thank you.
I'm not sure why it's looping back like this. Hope it's not on me here.
You're fine. Keep talking.
I don't know. I was a little disappointed because I think that a lot of us admire the history of Tyson, and what he has contributed to the sport. So I think that was really disappointing for a lot of us because we were expecting to see a fight. We were expecting to see Tyson. What we saw was a spectacle instead. And I think a lot of us were disappointed. But I don't think that Jake Paul is that caliber, although he may be an influencer and may have this social media audience and may have done these record numbers. I don't see him as technically a real fighter. And I don't know if this stained him enough or may have stained him to the point where folks may not necessarily support him in the heavyweight community. Now that we see this was a spectacle, could we really take him seriously if there was another fight? Would we think it's staged? Would there be so much questions behind Jake Paul, being that he made this a spectacle as opposed to really making this, an amateur boxing, an amateur coming up, and really challenging himself and really competing and challenging and really having a fight, not something that was staged over money, and just over some clicks and some views. And I think that that's the stain that Jake Paul has really placed on that. That's with champions really come all the champions, a hometown hero, Tank, that is making his name in his division ranking and his weight class. Folks are waiting for that next person to come into the heavyweight championship, and then here he comes making a spectacle of the heavyweight community. For me, I don't think that he is going to have that credibility that people think moving forward. If he has another fight, folks are going to think it's just going to
Yeah.
be another act.
But see, here's the thing, right? I think that he used that situation to become one of the top promoters out here, man.
So it's
See,
not
it's
about his
always,
fighting
yeah,
career.
it's
It's
always
about his
something
business.
behind what a person do. So he saw that he can promote, that he can do, you know, better than some of the promoters that's been out here for years. So I think that that's his main goal is to be one of the top promoters, man.
Oh, he definitely
And it
achieves
worked.
that, right? He definitely
Yeah, and it worked.
achieves that. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. But
That's
again,
when
who is going to get behind him again? And it you know, I'm pretty sure there were folks that were skeptical about getting behind somebody like a Don King at the time that was so flamboyant, so over the top, making so much
hmm
noise. I'm just
hmm
wondering again,
But
what
Don King also took people's money.
right, right, and what validity does Jake Paul bring to the sport again
Well,
in a division that really right now is a troubled division? All the other divisions
mhm,
seem to be doing well. Even women's boxing seems to be doing well. We still haven't had someone to really come up and make that noise and bring that, you know, that money ticket, you know, in the heavyweight category right now. You know what I mean? We're waiting for somebody like that. And then to have Jake Paul come in and make a spectacle of really and truly one of our heroes when it comes to the heavyweight situation. And I get Mike Tyson. He took the money. He took the bank. I get it. Anybody, you know, for the amount of time that he spent training, he trains anyway. You know what I mean? So you can see he was already physique, you know, to begin with. So he put some time in daily anyway. So that was just a routine for Tyson to go and do some of this workout. So the, you know, the payday was, you know, that time that he spent actually on, you know, on the tarp, you know, on the tarp, you know, fighting. You know, that's the 20 million bank that everybody keeps talking about. He grabbed and ran with. You know, and people are saying that, you know, there really wasn't no effort put in to get that payday. I think that's what just discredits the whole sport right now. You know what I mean? Like it puts so much controversy in the sport right now. You know what I mean? Because of what took place. You know, it should have been a real amateur fight. If you're going to get in there, fight it out, take the hits. You know, make it a real competitive sport, and don't tarnish and stain. You know
yeah. But
the
see, Jason, everybody in boxing, you know, that's really real in boxing know what's going on. And it's not really that serious as where it's going to damage boxing. You know, if anything, as far as on the promoting end, it really uplifted it to let them see that everybody that's in it has an opportunity to make some money. You know,
Yeah,
that's the
but
way
see,
I'm looking at it.
some of us about the love of the sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At the
but
end
I'm
of the day,
saying
you know,
there's a other thing. See, that's why they had, you know,
the fight prior to
right,
correct a
right.
real fight,
That's the key.
a real fight.
Yeah, right, right. So the thing of it is, right, is that you're gonna get something, you're gonna like something, you ain't gonna like something, but you're gonna get something, you know.
Jason,
And
do you think this changes boxing? This is that you're a purist. You like to see a head up fight. Do you think this fight helped or hurt boxing?
Like I said, I think it just puts a stain on it again with when you have right now so much controversy in the heavyweight category, and there hasn't been someone to really come in, you know, and unify belts and you know and really be that you know whether it's a we don't have another Buster Douglas or you know another you know higher ranking person coming up right now that's making noise, bringing in the ticket. It's the lower weight divisions that are really bringing in the money right now. You know the tanks and fights like that are bringing in the
yeah,
money right now. So
yeah,
to me, at a time where you know there's so many challenges in the heavyweight division, to me, we don't need a WWE moment. This is not a WWE moment. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they really turned it more into. And I hear his brother is associated with WWE. Jake Paul's brother is associated with WWE. So I think they all understand that whole showmanship, that whole Vince McMahon
right.
showmanship. You know, I get it. That's what we saw. That's what we
Right.
saw, that whole
Right.
WWE spectacle. But with the flamboyant outfits and the way they came out and stuff, I get it, but I just think that it doesn't bring no validity to the sport.
Yeah, but see, one thing too, Jason, you gotta understand is that the heavyweights here in America, they haven't really stepped up. You know, there's not a great heavyweight that's been born yet. So, like that's why the other weight classes are showing off because we don't really have a big guy that we really can really think about doing something great. You know, that new big heavyweight hadn't been born yet.
Mhm, mhm.
So we dealing with what we have. And man, I'm saying I love boxing and
Yeah. I just
something's
give you
gonna
an,
happen.
I give you a quick example. The top four that I'm looking at in reference to heavyweight ranking, I've never heard of them. Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, Tyson Fury, Daniel Dubois. I've never heard of them. So it's
Yeah,
obvious
and
that there's
and,
not
and,
enough
and
good
they're not
promoters,
from this country. They're not from this country.
and there's not a good promoters pushing that heavyweight division. So I get it. It was easy for somebody like Jake Paul to come in and steal the thunder, from that
Mhm.
division right now, and to use somebody like a Tyson, a great, the GOAT, in
Yeah,
reference to one of the GOATs, in
right.
reference to heavyweight division. So I get it. I get the whole scheme of things, but at the end of the day,
Hmm.
does it really add any value to the heavyweight division? I think it doesn't. I really
Right.
think it doesn't.
Yeah.
And it upset a lot of fans because again, people that truly admired and loved Tyson, wanted to see that thunder one last time. A lot of us wanted to see that thunder come out one last time, and was rooting for that thunder for Tyson to see that he
But
still had that majesty, that
yeah,
mystique
but
about him.
see, it was so many stipulations in that contract, man. That
Of course.
it was
Now
it,
that you're
it
saying it, right?
yeah, yeah, and
So
Thank you,
should
Ron.
should a fight like that have even been allowed?
hey, man, money takes care of a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, but one thing money can't buy is integrity. Money can't
Well,
buy character.
Right.
And you can
what?
take the money and just say you're training for the money. You're not training for the sport because early on, hey, are you eating on this show, man? You know we on CNN, right?
And I'm drinking coffee, like promoting
The,
the
the coffee go with the program. Anyway, it just changes. It lacks professionalism
Yeah.
because now
Right.
now people are wondering how many fights in the past that they've watched that were just setups.
Well, I can say this for boxing. A lot of times you are looking at an illusion.
I'm
Don't open that
disappointed to hear you
Pandora's
say
box.
that because I
Now,
thought if you step in the
no,
ring,
let me
you're
tell
gonna
you
get
something.
your
Let me
head
tell you
knocked off.
something, man. Now, I'm gonna let y'all in on some things that you don't know about boxing. The
How do you know I
matchmaker,
don't know it?
the matchmaker plays a very important role in boxing. A matchmaker can match somebody up, and he'll look like he's ready for a world championship, man. And then he'll get an A fighter on the same level as him and let you know that he ain't nothing. You understand? So in amateur boxing, now listen here, amateur boxing, you don't know what you get. But in professional boxing, you can say, I want that guy right there with short arms and a little head and a wooden leg. And if the commission agrees to it, that's who you're going to fight.
So, Jason, I'd
So,
have to agree with you. This does put a stain on boxing, and considering people pay to go and see these events,
Yeah.
it was
but,
disappointing.
but what I'm
And
saying
so,
is that,
You had
Mike
people
Haney may
booing.
have
That's the
summed it
first
up.
time I've heard booing. I think I remember this had to be maybe in the 80s, the last time I've heard a fight with a boo. And that's because the
yeah,
two boxers, were so exhausted that they weren't hitting each other. So the crowd was kind of, upset, that that there was no challenge anymore. Outside of that, when have you heard booing in boxing?
Yeah, but I'm saying, Jason, you got to understand this, man. Like I'm telling you, you'll start to realize what I'm saying. Professional boxing is an illusion until you get two elite boxers fighting each other. Leading up to that, you're looking at illusions. When you see an A fighter fighting an A fighter, that's when you'll see a real fight.
Right.
But
We have no
otherwise,
idea
coming up
when
to
that
that,
will come along. When will that come along? I mean, the last good fight I saw was Bud and Earl Spence. Earl was
and
talking
they were
smack.
two A fighters. They were two A-class fighters.
So again, when they have stunts like this, it does put a shadow over it, and it makes true boxing fans really not give a damn.
But what I'm saying, that was an extreme one. It goes on all the time in boxing, man. See, this was one that everybody saw and paid to see it. You understand? But this goes on all the time in boxing, man.
And then I don't know. I hear folks saying that he's talking about possibly having another fight, that he's open to having another fight. Do we take Tyson credible, or do we look at this as a Hulk Hogan moment, that this is more of a spectacle, more of a stage,
So what
WWE
I'm
moment,
saying,
as opposed to an amateur fight.
Mike is a lot better than what he showed you.
Of course.
He had his hands tied, man. He wanted to get paid, so he couldn't really do what he wanted to do.
I saw in that gym, that workout that Tyson was doing, and he was sparring up with his spar partner. And if he didn't hit Jake Paul with just half of that, they'd have been over it within 20 seconds of the bell. So
but like I said, it was a money grab, and hey,
I don't know.
I don't think that it really done anything to boxing, man. Because when you're in boxing and you know what's going on with it, it don't really have that much of an effect. I'm just glad that Tyson made some money, man.
And I think we forget too
this is what Terrence Crawford said in the New York Post. I love Mike Tyson, but they're giving him too much credit. He looked like trash. To train that long and only throw 97 punches the whole fight is crazy. I'm just glad he didn't get hurt out there.
And see, that's the whole deal. That's the deal.
That's definitely the wrong perspective. He I don't know what lenses he was looking through. That was a held back Tyson. That was a Tyson that unfortunately was cuffed.
Yeah. Everybody has an opinion. You know what I'm saying? But whether it's right or wrong is just an opinion. Mike Tyson still have to deal with what's going on, what he's reading and what he's hearing and stuff like that. But I don't think that it take nothing away from what he did in the years before.
Oh no, that's
because he is who he is, man.
Correct. Right. But I think that's also something too, and Donnie, this is something I think that most folks don't understand unless we really have heard Tyson's mindset. Tyson doesn't want to necessarily be idolized like that. Tyson will tell you, and he's had numerous interviews, when people ask him about his legacy and things like that, he doesn't want to be put in that position. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to be idolized. He doesn't want to be anybody's hero. He doesn't want to
Malcolm X want to be somebody's hero? Did Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. want to be somebody's hero? Did Muhammad Ali want to be somebody's hero?
But all of that is
be a role model. He tells people he doesn't want to be a role model, but I think he doesn't understand how much of the aberration.
Don't understand the responsibility that comes when you are nationally and internationally recognized, just like the young man that used to be married to Mariah, to get out here and you have all of these babies. What are you saying?
Brother Nick Cannon.
We have a community with 70% single mothers. At what point do we put the foolishness aside and start acting like men?
Mm.
Can we really afford that in our community? I mean, you look at entertainment right now, hip hop. Do we really want our sons to be a rapper in light of what we've seen?
Nope.
Do we really want to be famous? I mean, you got on social media today, you don't even have to be a celebrity. Nobody has on clothes anymore. And so our children are watching us, and they're watching our character. They're not watching what we say, they're watching what we do.
Yeah.
I just think at some point. So let's get to your program, Marvin. You might as well put a plug in for Umar, what you have been doing for the past 30 years, right there at North and Druid Hill, a couple of blocks from Penn North. Next year will be, I don't know if you know this, next year will be 10 years since Freddie Gray.
Yeah. Yeah. And quiet as kept. Freddie Gray came
Did you
to
mean to
a
leave,
training.
Jason?
He
Yeah,
came
I
to
wanted to give the
see.
spotlight to Brother Umar. I'm sorry. I didn't want to.
Oh, well, you've been a community journalist. Stick in there. Hang in there.
Yeah. I'm going nowhere, man. What's wrong with you?
Well, it's your moment though, again, and your program does so
Yeah.
much for the community.
Oh, man. My moment is the community moment, and you have something to add to it, right?
Yeah, because you have my grandbaby in your program. So
Yeah.
my
Okay.
Mariah Stokes,
Well, see,
is a young lady.
you are a testimonial, Jason.
Yes. Yes.
I was just sharing this morning, Marvin, about Tim Conaway, Larry Middleton, North
Oh
of
yeah.
Utah.
Yeah.
What was the name of the place? Utah
Operation
Gardens.
Change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Operation Change, Utah Gardens.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
what an opportunity it provided. It opened my eyes to boxing.
Mhm.
There was also a gym in that area on McKean Avenue, up in the alley
Yeah.
just below
Yeah. Champ AC.
North Avenue. What was that man, Mr. Jimmy? Was that Jimmy McAllister?
No, that was Andrew Singletary.
Mr. Singletary, that's right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Some of my first Sandtown newspaper stories were on that gym.
Mm-hmm.
What does the boxing gym, does it still mean what it has when we were kids?
Yeah, it still has it, but you need need to do a lot of stuff in the community too,
So
because
do we have the Tim Conaways, the Conways and the Larry Middletons? Do we have people who are filling those shoes in our community today? I mean, you are, as
yeah,
Jason Doni noted.
yeah. Well, there are a few other gyms that's doing similar things like I'm doing. Like I have a food giveaway. The kids go horseback riding. We have a yoga class. I had the after school tutoring program. The Mac Lewis Foundation, they have similar things too. They have a food giveaway. They connect with John Hopkins and, teaching the kids, I'm saying just so much stuff going on. Quarantine boxing club. They do a lot of things in the community. So all these kids aren't to be boxers when they grow up, you know. So we just want to just give them a fighting chance, to see and to do and to know other things, besides the boxing. Even boxing is the draw. So once we get them, that's when we can spread all this love and information that we have, so that they can make the best choice for them in their life.
You think you're making a difference, saving lives?
I think I am. I think I am. And it's saving my life too. Because it makes me feel good that somebody want to listen to me, that somebody believe in me, just as well as I believe in them. It makes a big difference, man. And I'm glad that I'm in a situation that I am, instead of being part of the problem, I'm part of the solution.
So, any thoughts on Freddie Gray's 10-year anniversary coming up next year? You remember the riots, the unrest. You're just blocks from Penn North.
Yeah. Well, during that time, people was coming right past my gym, and all they had to do was look over. And it took a guy, a reporter from D.C., came up and interviewed me about the Freddie Gray situation. And, you know, like,
Sit up, man. We want you to look at us. You all up in the stars. Talk to us.
well,
You know, give us the same love you would give CNN, brother.
CNN, who's CNN?
The white media that so many people jump up and down to get on.
Well, come on, man.
You eating, that should be cutting the hair up in there. And thank you for all of them haircuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention about me having a barbershop, you know, in the boxing program too. You know, teach them how to cut hair. Yeah, that's
You're
part of it
teaching
too.
people how to cut hair now?
Yeah. I'm starting an apprenticeship program, you know, for the kids to learn how to cut. And I'm looking for a bigger spot because my wife is a chef, and we want to teach the kids how to cook and cater and put a commercial kitchen in there, you know, and then have it big enough to put fights on, and we'll do everything in house.
Marvin, the greatest thing, Jason, not to cut you, the greatest thing that I saw in West Baltimore was when Umar and Upton had that big showcase on the avenue at Shake and Bake.
Yeah.
That was
nice.
my favorite boxing event in Baltimore ever.
Yeah, it was real cool. Yep.
That was my favorite event ever.
Yeah. And you know, like I have a very good relationship with Upton. You know, all them are my you know, they're my friends, man.
Y'all came up through the ranks together.
That's right.
You gotta be proud, man. When I see those cats on national, international TV, I'm really proud of what they've accomplished. Tank Davis has set the bar very high. He's made
Yeah. And I'm saying, you know, like I'm very proud of them, you know, and they did they did a great job with him, man. You know. Yeah. And now's the time, you know, to try to bring other kids up like him too, you know. And just
what can
all
people
of
do
us
to
have
support you?
opportunity.
What can people do to support you, Marvin?
Well, they want to come by. They want to drop off things. See, I'm doing a big Thanksgiving food giveaway. The day before Thanksgiving, you know, we're giving away perishable and non-perishable food, and you know, we just trying to feed the community. You know, the day before Thanksgiving, we having a big food giveaway, and you know, I invite the community to come out and get what they can get. They want to help us out as far as, you know, passing the food out and everything. You know, we can do that. But our community, our responsibility. You know, we got to do what we can do to save the ones that want to be saved. You know, and I live for this. It's been my life for a long time. And like I said, I want to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Man.
Good stuff. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Like I say, listen out for the name Mojo. He's the next one up from Umar Boxing. Mojo. Named Ahmed Muhammad Jones. 9-0, 6 KOs. He's going to be the next one up.
Jason, any final thoughts?
No, I just want to say thank you to, again, Brother Umar, for the work that you do in the community. And our hopes with Araya by putting her in the program was to teach her self-defense, because we know that this is a world that tends to be violent, and tends to attack our women in our community. So we wanted to just prepare her for this dog-eat-dog world, and also give her some discipline. And I appreciate it. You know, you've given her discipline, and you've given her a skill set that hopefully will protect her through life, even if she doesn't decide to go in it. Although she has a strong pursuit, she wants to compete. So, you know, and she's talked about even possibly doing the Olympics. She has aspirations for the Olympics. So maybe hopefully she'll inspire to Golden Gloves or something. But thank you for your work again with her and with all the children in the community. So
thank you. I really appreciate it, man. You know.
Goodness. Up to date, down tomorrow, do your day and everything will follow. Nothing to it but to do it. I got to do it regardless of how I feel. Marvin, Jason, thank you for joining us. I am
thank you for having me, man.
I am my brother's keeper. Good morning, world.
All right, Don. All right, Jason.